Have you ever heard of a king who was prophesied by name 150 years before he was even born? Today, we're diving into the incredible story of Cyrus, or Cyrus the Great, a Persian king who played a pivotal role in biblical history. This isn't just a history lesson, it's a story of prophecy, destiny, and divine intervention that will leave you amazed. So, who was Cyrus, and why is his story so important for us to understand today? Stick around as we unravel the legacy of this unexpected biblical hero. Let's travel back in time. The kingdom of Judah has fallen to the Babylonians, Jerusalem is in ruins, and its people have been taken into exile. For 70 long years they lived in a foreign land, dreaming of home. It was a time of despair, a feeling that God had forgotten them. But God had a plan, and that plan had a name: Cyrus, the prophet Isaiah, writing a century and a half before Cyrus even existed, made a stunning prophecy. In Isaiah chapter 44 and 45, God calls Cyrus by name, referring to him as my shepherd and his anointed. Imagine that! A non-Jewish king, a ruler of a vast empire, was chosen by God for a specific divine mission. He was prophesied to be the one who would set God's people free and command the rebuilding of Jerusalem and its temple. This is one of the most specific and astonishing prophecies in the entire Bible. So, how did this prophecy come to pass? In 539 BC, Cyrus the Great, the founder of the Achaemenid Empire, conquered Babylon. The mighty Babylonian Empire fell almost without a fight. What happened next shocked the ancient world. Unlike other conquerors who would enslave or destroy the people they defeated, Cyrus had a completely different policy. He was known for his tolerance and respect for the cultures and religions of his subjects. This policy is famously recorded on the Cyrus cylinder, an ancient clay artifact that many scholars see as an early declaration of human rights. It describes how Cyrus allowed displaced peoples to return to their homelands and rebuild their sacred sites. This is where the biblical narrative comes alive. The book of Ezra opens with this very event. In the first year of his reign over Babylon, Cyrus issued a decree. The Bible tells us that the Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus, king of Persia, to make a proclamation throughout his kingdom. He declared that the God of heaven had given him all the kingdoms of the earth, and had appointed him to build a temple for him in Jerusalem. He didn't just give them permission to leave. He actively encouraged the Jews to return to Judah. Cyrus even returned the sacred temple, treasures that Nebuchadnezzar had plundered from Jerusalem decades earlier, over 5,000 articles of gold and silver. He provided royal support and resources for the rebuilding project. This was the fulfillment of prophecy in stunning detail. A pagan king, moved by God, became the divine instrument for Israel's restoration. The story of Cyrus is more than just a historical account. It's a powerful testament to God's sovereignty. It shows us that God can use anyone from any background to accomplish his purposes. He used a powerful emperor, who didn't even worship him in the same way, to fulfill his promises to his people. This demonstrates that God's plan is never limited by human expectations or circumstances. When things seem impossible, when hope feels lost, the story of Cyrus reminds us that God is always at work behind the scenes, orchestrating events in ways we might never expect. His timing is perfect and his promises are true. The restoration of the Israelites and the rebuilding of the temple were crucial steps in the unfolding story of redemption that runs through the entire Bible. So, the next time you read the books of Isaiah, Ezra, or Nehemiah, remember the incredible story of Cyrus the Great. He was the unexpected hero, the prophesied king, and God's chosen instrument who changed the course of Israel's destiny forever. His legacy isn't just about a historical event. It's a timeless reminder of faith, hope, and the magnificent unfolding plan of God. What do you find most fascinating about Cyrus' story? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey through faith and history. If you enjoyed this video and want to discover more incredible biblical stories, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss our next video. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.